Hey, how are you? I'm just rocking out. Sometimes it's hard to turn it off. Good afternoon. It is noon. Let me turn this off. How are you? I'm doing great today. I am excited to be back in a normal routine, which has just happened this week. So it's making me feel really good. Summer is awesome for different reasons, and normal is good too. So I am just checking to make sure we are good. Hi Janet, how are you? I'm gonna turn this off now. Hold the phone. This is my laptop over here. Okay. Glad you're here, Janet. Okay, so we are continuing. We are almost done with this Now What series that we did with this book, right? And today we're going to talk about anti-aging to do with skincare and with makeup. There's certainly a lot to do with gut health, our lifestyle. I mean, those are critical for aging well. And diet, what are we eating? Not being on a diet, but what are we eating? How are we getting nutrition? Is the nutrition absorbing? Are we getting enough water? Are we getting enough sleep? How is our emotional life? How is our stress level? Do we have a spiritual practice going on regularly? All of those things are critical. But today we're going to be specifically talking about skincare, hey Lacey, and makeup, which is really fun. It's a really fun part of Young Living, and so cool that we have all of this. I was not into any of this before. I just wasn't into skincare and not so much makeup. Kinda. I wore makeup, but just whatever was there, right? And skincare, I was very much just wash my face with whatever soap happened to be sitting there, but definitely I would use moisturizer because I always had normal to dry skin. Anyway, in the book, we are on pages 32 to 35, if you want to look at that. And let me just go over a few things. I just want to remind, I know a lot of you know this, but I know there's a lot of new people here too. So I just want to remind you about the whole Young Living seed to seal thing and what that means. So, when we're talking about these kind of products, these skincare and the makeup, even these kinds of products are so green and so beyond organic and have such good for you ingredients. Hey Ashlyn, but I want to remind you about the seed to seal promise that Young Living gives us. And that is they own their own farms. I've been to 3 of them. They own 16, and then they're around the world. And then there's partner farms that those partners have to abide by our really stringent regulations. YL won't plant on soil that has had any contact with chemicals for 50 years. For organic food that's labeled organic, the regulation is only 5 years. So that's huge. Or maybe it's never been used. It's just virgin soil. They pick the best seeds from the strongest thriving plants. They hand weed and use their own oils, its own oil, the plant's own oil on it for weed and pest control. Isn't that cool? So they're avoiding the chemicals. Hi, Tina. They harvest at peak times. They distill at proper temperatures, which that's a whole art in itself. And they test everything multiple ways. Okay, so I just like to remind people of that, to go, oh yeah, this is good stuff. This is really good stuff. Like, it doesn't get better. Okay, so, and number 1 is Ningxia Red. Just Oh my gosh, everybody should be drinking Ningxia Red for multiple reasons. It's the highest antioxidant that you're going to find. It is a whole food supplement. It's not just a juice because it's a puree in there. So that's better because a juice can just spike blood sugar, and that's not always a good thing. But that Ningxia wolfberry, remember, it's coming from Ningxia, China. That's a region in China at the base of the Himalayan mountains that's getting that natural irrigation and that runoff. And so the Chinese that have lived there, the study that was done in that area showed that those people, they live on the wolfberry. And there is a conglomeration of centenarians in that area, more so than other areas of China. So the study showed that 80 people per million were over the age of 100 in that area, compared to 5 people per million in the other parts of China, in the rest of China. So that's a real conglomeration, and they attribute it to the Ningxia wolfberry. That's their number one thing. Their number 2 and 3 are, I believe, ginseng and green tea. So it's so huge for eye health, huge for energy throughout the day. There's a whole class in itself on that. So I just want to bring that up. The other thing I want to bring up real quick before we get into skincare is are the supplements, and how the reason they're different is because they have essential oils in them, and the essential oils are making the supplement more bioavailable, meaning your body is absorbing it better than supplements without. On top of the fact that they're just high quality supplements. But they did a clinical study with multigreens. Okay, that's one of the supplements. Little capsules, green, with all your good greens in there. And it's all about absorption, right? We can take the right thing, but are we absorbing it? And in this study, within 24 hours, okay, they waited 24 hours, and there was a 42% absorption. But that was multigreens with no essential oils in it. When they added the essential oils, the blood absorption in 30 minutes, not 24 hours, in 30 minutes increased to 64% from 42%. And in an hour, it was increased to 86%. That means that cells were now receiving nutrients that they were not able to assimilate before. The cells are receiving the nutrients. They're absorbing the nutrients. That's huge, you guys. Don't forget that. All right. Let's go to skincare. I do love the skincare because, I'm getting up there, you guys. And it's all good. It's all good. But I am in my 50s. And so this is important to me. But it really should be important. It should always be important, but certainly as someone's getting into their 30s and their 40s, it is definitely something that has to be thought about. So let's see here. The way your skin looks is going to have to do with your genes and your behavior, your lifestyle. So we talked about that already a little bit, but specifically on skin, here are a few just tips. You want to limit your sun exposure, although sun is really important for vitamin D, but you can use, Young Living has their sunscreen now, the SPF of 10 or 50. You can help with stress. Stress is a big factor in how your skin looks, lines, just how it looks. Is it radiant or is it not? But limit your stress. So do things to help you with stress. Take care of yourself. Self-care. Do nice things for yourself because you're worth it. Deep breathing, exercise. Find a good exercise that you really like, that you enjoy. Do something that makes you enjoy it. Get some headphones on and listen to some great music or whatever it is. obviously inhaling those oils, I mean, that's going to do it immediately. Wash your face before you go to sleep at night. Don't smoke. Use high quality natural products that Young Living has. Let's see, lots of moisturizer, stay hydrated, drink a lot of water, half your body weight in ounces. That's the minimum. You guys, I just got an app. I was going to reach my phone, but it's right here. That's the cover. I just got an app called Streaks. I'm so excited because this whole Streaks concept of kids on Snapchat. They have a streak with their friends. Have you heard of that? I have kids that, yeah. So anyway, that means every single day they are talking to a friend, but maybe they're just saying hi and sending it. So if they do that every day, then they have this continual streak. And so they'll have streaks with friends for, 350 days or however many, 30 days or however many. And they want to keep the streak going. Like breaking the streak is a bad thing. Okay. It's just like a thing they do. Well, I noticed on my Bible app, that YouVersion Bible app that you can have on your phone. So I really like the plans they have. Well, on the dashboard, I just noticed there's a streak. It's keeping track of how many days I'm in it. So I was like, oh, that's cool. I'm having a streak and I just automatically, it was my nature to want my streak to keep going. I don't want to break my streak. And then I'm like, surely there's something for other habits that we want. And there is. So I just went to the App Store, searched Streaks, and there's an app called Streaks. And I've just started using it, but I like it. And I've put in there the things that I want to make sure I'm doing every day, like drinking water. So in there I have drinking my morning water. I already finished that one. This is my afternoon. Then I'll have my evening and taking my supplements, putting on my oils for the day. Whatever things that you have, I've got giving my son some supplements on there, just whatever I've really got to remember that just easily falls away. So I would get that. It's working for me. All right. Let's see. Now we're going to get specifically to the skincare here. And if you're local, I periodically will have a skincare evening where and it's really fun, and we will probably schedule something like that coming up soon. But we will just have all the skincare laid out, and you'll be able to try. It'll be like a guided facial that you'll give yourself, but I will guide you through it. Really fun. So I know a lot of you locally at least have tried some of this. 5 steps. There's 5 steps. Cleansing, exfoliating, toning, restoring, that's moisturizer. That's the serum. Moisturizing, and then refining and pampering and doing all the extra stuff. So let's go through. I'm going to point out what my favorite things are that I use every day. But let's start with cleansing, because that's where you got to start. So there's 2 options. Here they are. Okay, so this is the Art Cleanser, and I love the whole Art line. This is the Orange Blossom. This is going to be more for oily skin. So, but I used this for a long time, actually, before I realized that. And my skin is pretty normal. I like this a lot. It's kind of a little gel. You just need a tiny drop. It goes so far. So this bottle, that is going to last a long time. This is a foaming cleanser, and I love this. I'm using this right now. I have it in my bathtub, and I have one of those little, I didn't bring it down here, but those little natural cellulose sponges that puff up when you get them wet. So I put it on there and just cleanse my face. Let's see, that all of these have essential oils in them. That one, the Art Cleanser, has frankincense, sandalwood, lemon, melissa, and lavender. And the Orange Blossom has MSM, which is drying, so that's going to help the skin if it's oily, if you have oily skin, so that's a sulfur component. It has the wolfberry seed, and that's great for hydration. And hey, Leslie, and the calendula extract conditions the skin. The St. John's extract helps with little skin imperfections. So this is great for oilier skin. Okay, there is also the charcoal bar soap. I have not used that. It is, again, for acne prone skin. So that might be what you want if that's what you're dealing with. All right, so next we're gonna talk about toner. This is fantastic toner. Let me show you the little bottle. Hold the phone a second. I love this little bottle. This is an empty spray bottle. I get these on Amazon. They are 4 ounces. And I put my toner in here and I spray it on my face. It took me a while to kind of get to that. At first, someone suggested just pouring it in my hand and doing it like aftershave, which I did that for a while because I didn't want it to absorb all into a cotton pad. I want it all to go on my face. So this I have found is my favorite thing. I have a few of these here at my house. If you're local, they're $4. That's the cost on Amazon, or you can just order on Amazon. Tons of wonderful bottles on there. So the toner, that is closing up the pores. You've opened up the pores when you cleansed. Now you want to close up the pores. It's also balancing your skin's pH. We have pH going on all in different places in our body, and it's different in different places in our body. So that is balancing that. It's got essential oils in it, so the smell of all of these is so wonderful. Peppermint, frankincense, lavender, melissa, sandalwood, lemon. It's got orchis muscula flower extract, witch hazel, green tea extract, really wonderful stuff. I've used a lot of toners. It's very mild, very mild. Okay, next is maybe my favorite part of the whole skincare. I don't know, that's a hard choice, but it's definitely in the top. It's this little baby. This is called Art Renewal Serum, and I put this on after the toner and before the moisturizer, and it's clear. It's just like a thick liquid. You only need like 1 pump, which is just a little bit, the size of like my pinky here, and you just spread it over your face. I don't know what it is, but it's got natural retinoids in it. I feel like, before we had the makeup primer for Savvy Minerals, hey Laura, we were using that as a primer for the makeup. So that plus the moisturizer. So there's just something about it that just like, I feel like it sort of smooths and like just very slightly tightens my skin. I love it. I love it. I use it every single day. It's got orchids in it. That's a big deal. Let's see. It's wonderful. I highly recommend it. Okay. Next, we're going to go on to moisturizing. There are a lot of options on the moisturizing front. Again, my skin is normal and I love the Art. So these 3, this cleanser, toner, and moisturizer, you can buy these all in one set. And so it's a little less expensive that way, or you can buy them separate. So this is the moisturizer, and it's perfect for daytime. It's called the Light Moisturizer. It is light. I don't want my skin to be too greased up or anything. Not that the other ones really are, but they're great for nighttime. So it's really all skin types. Now, I know my friend Evie Stratton loves the Sandalwood Moisture Cream during the day. And she's my Florida girl. Hi, Willa. And so she can comment on here. But it's one I would use more for nighttime. So let's see, what else does it say? Well, I think you just have to try it and see what you think. So then the rest of these moisturizers are going to be for night, and there are for the general population. You can just check them out. But the sort of medium moisturizing weight, more medium weight, is the Boswellia Wrinkle Cream. And Boswellia, that's frankincense. It does have frankincense, sandalwood, myrrh, ylang-ylang, geranium. The sandalwood is the heaviest of the moisturizers. It's wonderful to put on at night. And then the Art, again, this Art line, it's called the Art Intensive Moisturizer, is a combination of those two. So I kind of like that. It also contains hyaluronic acid. And I'm going to tell you about that when we talk about the cream mask, but that's a big thing. All right, so we'll get to that. Oh, here it is now. Okay, so this is, again, the Art line. This is the Art Cream Mask. And it's almost gone. I'll have to get some more. This is another one I really, really love. This is, you could either put it on at night, hang out, do some stuff, like wait 20 minutes, 30 minutes if you wanted, and then rinse it off. Or you could put this on and sleep in it. And I've done that many times, and then rinse it off the next morning. That's kind of a nice thing to do. Hyaluronic acid, let me just tell you about that. It fortifies the skin, and it is a body lubricant that is already in our body. It's in our joints. But as we age, we lose volume. And after 30, we start to lose volume in our face. And a dermatologist will inject hyaluronic acid into the face to, fill it out, plump it up. But it's in this, so that's pretty awesome. Let's see. It fills the skin with moisture, so you have the appearance of lines and wrinkles being less apparent. And I got a lot of them, guys, on my forehead. So I'm highly aware of this. And so I'm always looking at things that are going to help. And I'm telling you what, for that subject, these are my favorites. These two right here, the serum and the cream mask. Okay. This is another one of my favorites. And this one, hi Katie, Cher Lumet. This is a brightening cream. So a lot of times some people could use this, like somebody with more oily skin could use this as their moisturizer. Sometimes what I like to do, because I feel like this is not quite enough moisturizer for me, I like to put this on after the serum and then the Art Light Moisturizer on in addition. So this could also be something to just put on your skin at night before you're going to go to bed. But it is a brightening cream. And I read, it's right here. Okay. Tested in Europe, after only 56 days, it was found to significantly improve the appearance of complexion lightness and the intensity of dark spots. It contains Kakuta plum as a natural vitamin C, licorice root extract for a balancing effect, and Madonna lily for a brightening effect. So that is wonderful. Okay, I just heard my husband walking, and then I think he heard me doing a video, and so he walked away. All right, the next thing that honestly I need to get back to using this, because you get in and out of routines. Oh, and I have a lot in there. Yay. I'm putting this back on my dressing table. Wolfberry eye cream. Wolfberry. You see a lot of stuff has the wolfberry in it. It is just an amazing food. So the wolfberry eye cream is just what you're going to just put, and I would do it at night. Put like around here. I even put it on my eyelid up here. Like I don't put it on that part, but I put it on this part up here and around. And you could even just wherever you have some wrinkles, put it there. So Wolfberry eye cream is really good. Again, helping with bags and circles and all that stuff. Again, lots of oils: lavender, Roman chamomile, frankincense, geranium. Okay, let's see. I think that's all I want to talk about on that. Now, just a few other things. Oh, I forgot to mention, hold on one second. Where's the oh, here it is. This satin facial scrub, this for exfoliating. I keep this in my bathtub too, or shower, whichever. I love this. This is, sometimes exfoliating scrubs are just a little too intense, and this is not. It's very gentle. It has peppermint essential oil in it. I know that sounds kind of intense, but it's not in here. It's, very diluted. Jojoba oil, mango butter, MSM, and aloe. And so it's going to remove those dead skin cells, which, speaking of that, let me tell you something really interesting. The skin you see on your face right now is dead. The skin underneath is alive. For the average 25-year-old, cells will start in the dermis and they will move to the surface and be visible in 28 days, and then they will slough off. Or, we want to give it a little help with like exfoliating and stuff. For the average 50 to 60-year-old, that time is 3 months. So it's taking longer for that process to happen, for the cell to generate, move to the surface, and then slough off. In terms of the skin thickness, the average layer of skin for a 25-year-old is 14 cells thick. Isn't that crazy and interesting? For the 50 to 60-year-old, the average layer of skin is 40 to 50 cells thick. So it is thicker. I think that's pretty interesting. But I think that's why we can see lines, because it's thicker. It all makes sense. Okay. Now, a couple other things I want to mention that are another one of my favorite things, and it's a brand new thing, is this Mira Luminous Cleansing Oil. This is a cleanser. So I am using this at night, and this is new. There's this whole cleansing oil, like, it's a new thing, and all new skincare trends start in Asia. They all start there, and then they move over here later. And so they've been doing it for a long time, and now we're finally catching on. And I know that sounds weird. You're like, well, aren't I trying to cleanse the oil off of my face? Yes, but this cleansing oil is like, I will sit at my dressing table, not where my sink is, but it's in my closet, and I will take my makeup off now with these makeup wipes. These are so wonderful. I love the way they smell. They're really gentle. I ran out of mine on the last day of the trip I just went on with my daughters, and so my daughter had another brand of these, and I used hers, and it was rough, and it was just too, I didn't like it. And I didn't think it worked as well either. So these are wonderful, Savvy makeup remover wipes. But I'll take my makeup off with that, and then I will squirt this in my hand, and I will just like rub it all over my face. Hi, Matt. We're learning about skincare. That's my husband. I'll rub it all over my face, and then I'll take another bottle that I just have distilled water in, sitting at my table, because this is the lazy side of me. I don't want to get up, and I don't want to go in my bathroom, and I don't want to splash water on my face because it's just like it gets everywhere. So I have, this is my solution. So I spray this water on my face, and then I take a washcloth and just dry it off. But I'm telling you what, after I do that, it's like I just put a ton of moisturizer on my face. This is a neat thing. You ought to try it. They also have this hair oil. So it's Mira hair oil, and it's like with this dropper. You could just, did you ever use the gloss stuff in your hair? And for my hair, which is thick and kind of coarse and on the drier side sometimes, I would use that, but this you can use, and so it kind of shines up your hair. I don't have it on today, but I'm going to put it on when we're done here. Okay, so anything else that I want to mention? The rose ointment, guys, if you need anything, this is not just for, it's skin. It's not necessarily for face skin, but any kind of skin issues you have, even I have with just for wound care, when somebody might use some kind of ointment, I'm going to use this stuff. It is thick. It has great essential oils in it, including rose. And maybe I would want to mix it with some, Melrose, Helichrysum, some good lavender, some good oils that are going to make the skin clean and get better and healed up. This is great stuff. This is the kind of thing you want in your house. This needs to be in your tool chest, just to always have, and it lasts forever. My gosh, I got this years ago. Okay, real quickly, because I don't want to keep you forever, we're going to talk about the makeup, and I have the whole thing of makeup. If you're local, you can certainly, we can get together. We do have, our classes all the time, and the makeup's always there. You can try it out. You can match your color and all that for your foundation. So I love the makeup. Look at this little box for my brushes that I got. Yes, Katie, absolutely. The rose ointment or the animal sense ointment. They're both great. I have them both too. So absolutely interchange it. Okay, so isn't that cool? I just got this little box. It says Savvy Minerals there. And these are all the Savvy brushes. Actually, I have a few in there that aren't because they don't have one like that. But for the most part, those are. And then I have, I'm showing you what I use. This is what I use. And then what I've really been into are these new eyeshadow palettes that we just came out with. I would just use one of these a day. I'll tell you about those in just a second. But, and then of course we have the misting spray that's got to go with the foundation and the primer. Those are big things. And lipstick and lip gloss. Okay, those are things I use every day. But let me tell you, this is so huge. The the United States, bans only 11 harsh chemicals from cosmetics. Now you're going to be shocked when I tell you the rest of this. A lot of you have heard me say this. The European Union bans over 1,300. We ban 11. They ban over 1,300 because they're bad. We are in such bad shape in the United States when it comes to this subject. There's another well-known U.S. brand that recently announced they are going to be banning 1,500 chemicals. Well, at convention that we just went to in Salt Lake City in July, Young Living is banning 2,500 harsh chemicals that are typically used in skincare, makeup, the whole 9 yards. Yeah. They are establishing themselves, we are, as the leader in clean makeup. Now, I've been using this makeup for, I don't know, is it 2 years now? I think it was 2 years ago that they came out with it, or was it last year? I can't remember. But it's fantastic. And it's the best makeup I've ever used. I absolutely love it. So, they're only required by U.S. law to keep 11 ingredients out, but they are leading the charge on this like they are in every other area of all the 600 products that they have. and they're banning 2,500. So this is big. It's like there's a few things out there that we do. Well, we can't help avoiding all the chemicals in the world, and we may choose to even do a few things that have them. But if for the most part we can get rid of them, then our body can probably metabolize the few things that we're going to give in on. Does that make sense? Or the few things that we just can't help because that's the world we live in. So where we can make the changes, we got to make the changes. Okay, I love to, that's just the soapbox that I'll get on. Real quick, I want to tell you what's not in the makeup and then what's in the makeup. So what's not in it are petrochemicals. Tons of makeup uses petroleum, literally petroleum, like gas. Causes breakouts, premature aging, affects your hormones and your immune system. They're in all kinds of things. It does not have talc. This is a known carcinogen and is found in all kinds of eyeshadows and blushes and foundations and face powders. So we have no talc, no parabens, again, a carcinogen linked to skin cancer, reproductive and development toxin, no phthalates. These are, again, toxic to the reproductive system and affect development. Any mamas out there? Let's see. No gluten, no nanoparticles. Okay, so nanoparticles, that may be a thing you've heard about in the world of makeup. Nanoparticles are particles that they're so teeny tiny, they can go into your bloodstream, and they want them to be teeny tiny so they look smooth on your skin. But if they're too teeny tiny, they're going into your bloodstream. We don't want makeup in our bloodstream, right? That's really bad. So there's no nanoparticles, no metals, no synthetic dyes or fragrances, and no bismuth, which is a popular ingredient in other mineral makeup, right? This is mineral makeup, Savvy Minerals. And that a lot of times causes skin irritation. So some people will go, well, I tried this other mineral makeup and I didn't like it. It broke my skin out or something like that. Well, that's because of the bismuth, typically. So, okay. And then what is in the makeup? Essential oils are in it. You're not going to notice that. I don't notice it at all, but it is there for the good. Hi, I'm on a live video. Bye. It has aspen bark extract. That is a natural preservative. It has kaolin clay. That sucks out the impurities of the grime and the dirt and the pollution and the germs from the pores. It has mica. That gives it the color, the pigment color, and really high quality minerals, and again, no nano ingredients. So it's got all the good stuff and none of the bad stuff. And so I'm going to show you real quick what I've been liking lately. So after the moisturizer of the skincare, I'm putting this primer on. There are two. This one is mattifying and there's a hydrating. The hydrating was out of stock for a while. It might still be. I was using the hydrating and I kind of felt like I bought both just to try them. Felt like I liked it better, but then now I've been using the mattifying and I like it too. So they're both good. The mattifying is just a little thicker. It's going to be for oilier skin. The hydrating for drier skin. Then you are going to pick your foundation. Let's see. Here's mine. Warm 2. And you know, it's like loose powder. That's my foundation, Warm 2. Actually, Warm 2 is what's used by most people. And you are going to you have to have this misting spray, and you need to have a good foundation brush that's like, this is the foundation brush. It's short, kind of, it's dense, and you shake this up, you spray it on there. I like to dump out I'm not gonna do it now, but my makeup onto this little palette I got on Amazon. And I actually do my whole makeup routine. I have a YouTube video. If you want me to tag you on it, say so in the comments, and I'm happy to do that. And then you dip that into your makeup, tap it so the extra comes off, and you do circles all over your face. Do it again, spray, get it, tap it off, circles, circles, all over. This is wonderful, you guys. It looks so natural. That's the thing about it. It just looks natural. I gotta tell you. Now, sometimes I will use the bronzer, and this is the bronzer brush, and I'll put it down here for a little shadow, and then all on the outside of my face, very slightly. If I'm in a big hurry, I don't even use that. But then I will always use the blush, same thing. This one is called Smashing. I like this a lot. It's what I have on right now. I just have it on the apples of my cheeks. And again, you don't use this for anything but the foundation. You don't use it for any of these other, like powder, blush, bronzer. And then I'll tap it off, and I'll just like right here, just like right there. Okay, so I'm gonna blend it in a second. Then I will use the powder, and there is a matte and a diamond dust. The diamond dust is a little sparkly in it. The matte does not at all. I kind of like the matte, but I have both, and I use both. And they say, oh, you're not supposed to use sparkly stuff if you're, over 50 or 40. I don't know. I think it's fine. So it's not like intense sparkly at all. Or they say that about eyeshadow, which I kind of think is fine too. But maybe again, this is not as intense as other products out there. So the powder, looking that pretty, well, it's just all blown out, but it's just a white translucent powder. This powder brush, oh my gosh, it's so like, feels incredible. So again, I do it on here, and I clean this off after the blush with just a Kleenex. And I put it chin, nose, forehead, my bones there, and I just dab it on all those. And then I kind of just do that all over. And then I didn't bring it down here, but there's a small kabuki brush. It's like, have you seen those? It looks like that basically. It's short, and it's kind of big like this, but it's a little denser. And then I'll use that, and I'll just like do my whole face with it, and it just sort of blends it all in. And it's just, I feel like it's just like airbrushed. It's good stuff, you guys. I am such a believer in it. Okay, now lately what I've been using for the eyeshadow, and there's a ton of eyeshadows, and I was using all those, but we just came out with these 3 palettes with 4 things each. And so this is so convenient, and I've tried them all 3, and I've been using them since we got back, and I really like them a lot because they're convenient. I'm not opening up all the little other, pots of eyeshadow. Do I have that other one down here? That little one? I thought I put it in here. Oh, I guess I didn't bring it. This one is called Sahara Sunset. It is what I have on today. And I'm telling you what, those look like, especially these 2 colors right here, they look pretty intense, don't they? I mean, they're not that intense. They're fine. And this one is what I used on my eyebrows. And what you could use with for eyeliner, with one of these little tiny brushes. So that's really nice and convenient. And then let's see, this Royal Winter. Okay, look at this. I looked at that and I was like, oh, there's no way I'm wearing that blue eyeshadow. But I used it yesterday, and it totally doesn't look like that on the eyes. It's like, the whole smoky eye thing. That is what, that's what that looks like. So I kind of used, both of these. Well, I kind of used them all. Let's see here. Hold on. Yeah. All right. So it looked good. I'll use that again. Oh, I just blew myself out there. Okay. And then the last one is probably the most sort of muted of the three, called Natural Quartz. I liked it a lot. This one over here, I used for my eyebrows and eyeliner. So how nice that all of that is in one little palette. Okay, and then of course I end up with lipstick and lip gloss. I like to put them both on. So you guys, that is the extent of what I'm going to talk about today. I know this is long. I don't know how long. I'm scared to look. How long? Oh yeah, it's long. Thank you for sticking with me, and I hope it was helpful. And let me know if you have any questions about any of this stuff. It's kind of like, I love putting my I look forward to putting my makeup on every day, because I sit there and I turn a podcast on, or I turn an Audible book on, or I listen to something that is uplifting to me, that is motivating to me while I'm doing it. So it's just like my little time to do that. And then, you're using all this great stuff and you can feel good. I mean, before we had this makeup, but we had the skincare, I would do the skincare feeling great about that, but then I'm putting all this makeup on that I'm not feeling great about. So I was thrilled when we got this good, clean makeup, and now I feel good about it all. All right, guys, you're the best. I will talk to you soon. Bye.